Hello lovelies, welcome to the Not Quite Enough Distance vlog. I'm Lesley and cold. I'm either too cold or too hot, aren't I? I'm just never happy. Hope you're all okay. It's Tuesday the 4th of May, May the 4th be with you, and happy birthday Tracy as I record this. And it's been a constructive weekend. We had a bank holiday weekend in the UK, the May Day bank holiday. And I used the time pretty well. There's a first. Had to do some work, that's fine. Also did a bit of a tidy up in here. It's not an obvious thing, but I'm going to show you some pictures. I decided to have a go at this cupboard. So this is what it looked like before. And you can see there were gaps in the top of the shelves because the yarn, you can only pile it up so high before it keeps falling over each other. So I decided to get hold of a large box, which I've actually been trying to recycle, get rid of or reuse for some time. So I was very pleased to find a use for this, because then himself had no reason for keeping hold of it, because it won't come in useful one day, it will come in useful today. And yeah, did this. So have been able to store more yarn in this cupboard, which means that I've been able to empty some of the crates that were taking up space. Himself came in this room earlier and said, "Oh, floor," because that's not something we've seen in here for a little while. So that was good. That was very useful. Also, all about the hand spun today, because I'm wearing my poncho that I made from the alpaca and other fibres that I spun last year, and I have finished my cowl. So this was hand spun, it's 100% Polworth. The fibre was from Demelza's Delights. It was a gradient and I kept it as a gradient when I spun it. And it's done. Made a big mistake in it, which I'm going to share with you all on the month end podcast. You may be able to spot it from here, but if not, I'll keep it guessing as a little teaser. And yeah, but although there's a mistake in it, quite a significant one, it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to use it as is because I like it. So yes, that's that done. Other things at the weekend: final episode of Line of Duty. I don't know if that's been shown worldwide or if it's just a UK thing, but it was a huge show here. Yes, there's a bit of a mixed reaction to the finale, which I won't go into in case people are, I don't want to do any spoilers. But yes, I think the whole nation was, or much of the nation was watching on Sunday evening, and then quite a few people were like, So, but it's one of these dramas that's really lots of twists and turns and all of that. So in the end, you sort of think, well, nothing they could have done would have been satisfactory, because there were so many red herrings and twists that you just think, yeah, that what they've done makes sense, but it's not quite the big kind of drama that the rest of the season was leading up to. So that was Sunday. Yesterday, watched the Mean Girls podcast. Yay! Rebecca and Stephanie, who really do make me laugh with their podcast. Hopefully intentionally. All right, ladies. Yes, they're sisters. They live separately. I'm sure you know all this because I'm sure you watch them anyway. But if you don't, go and catch the Mean Girls. Yeah, they live hour and a half away from each other, I think, and of course haven't been able to get together over the last period because of the corona restrictions, but have now seen each other, yay, and recorded a podcast which they put up at the weekend. So absolutely delighted to see that. A lot of fun, a lot of fabulous makes, and a lot of fun. So yeah, that brightened up my Monday. So it's been quite a good weekend. And now back to reality and back to life, but that's okay, that's what we do. And I will catch up with you during the week. Hello lovelies, it's Friday morning and I have a few minutes before going out for my next ceremony to wrap things up and show you my latest makes. I was doing some more makes on the whirly, sorry that's Bert falling on the floor and hitting the tripod, on the whirly machine, and I tried to be a little more structured and have each, when I was making the tubes, I tried to make each section the same length so it has more of a patchwork effect. So here is the first of the two blankets. So that's number one, and then number two so these are going to be Christmas presents, so I will vacuum seal them and have them nicely put away. I've washed them, I'll vacuum seal them and put them away for later in the year. How's the rest of the week gone? Well, yesterday was an odd day. I was asked to take part, or to be recorded, for a local funeral director who gives me a lot of work. Thank you. They are reworking their website and they wanted to have a few of the celebrants that they use just talking about themselves. Of course, I've come away thinking, oh God, I completely messed that up. I said all the wrong things, I didn't say the right things, and no one cares really. But yes, that was odd, because I'm used to talking to a camera because I talk to you lovely people all the time. But the problem is, I wasn't thinking about you lovely people, I was thinking about who would be watching this and what would be meaningful for them. So I kind of dried at one point, and then sort of on my way home I thought, oh, I wish I'd said something different. So I kind of was emailing the young lad who's doing it saying, if it's not too much of a problem in the editing, could you take that bit out? And so I'm sure I'm very popular with him this morning. So that was yesterday afternoon, and yesterday evening we went and did our civic duty. Local elections in the UK, well, in England and Wales. In Scotland I think there are some parliamentary elections as well. Forgive my ignorance on this, I should know this stuff and I don't. Yeah, so we were voting for borough council, so the town council, the county council and the police and crime commissioner. Results aren't in yet, still being counted, but yes, went and did our civic duty, combined it with the dog walk. Actually, I wish I'd recorded this because we're a little way up the road, and I said to himself, have you got your mask? And he'd forgotten. So he came back home to get his mask. And I said, well, I'll carry on walking with the dog because he walks faster. He is taller, he walks faster than us, you can catch us up. Well, there was some resistance from Madam for leaving her precious daddy behind. So we went round the corner. Dog was sniffing around as she always does, and then she saw him approach us. Well, I wasn't going anywhere at that point because she had dropped anchor waiting for daddy. Tail was going. Oh dear me, I'm thinking, well, I know my place. Suspected this for some time, but I really do know my place now. Bless her. So this week, himself has got another cookery course tomorrow. He has, for the next 2 Saturdays, he has a course each day. Sorry, this is not coherent. This Saturday and next Saturday, he's doing a 2-part course on bread and baking. You can see why I'm excited. This is why I'm not coherent, because I'm very excited about what might be coming home from the bread and baking course. Better than rotten old fish. So he's got that tomorrow. But apart from that, nothing really planned. Same old, same old. That's the way things are at the moment. Some things are... We're getting ready to open up more stuff. But yeah, there was a big announcement last weekend over the bank holiday saying there's no limits on numbers at funerals. Well, that's fine, but the limits are determined by the size of the room. Excuse me, so the size of the church, chapel, ceremony hall, you know, whatever it's called in whatever your location is, mosque, synagogue, that determines the number of people because of allowing space. So this announcement, no limits, makes it sound like a free-for-all when it really isn't. So there's going to be an awful lot of managing of expectations for the next couple of weeks as we try to reassure people that we're keeping them safe. So yes, that was an interesting bit of reporting. And you just felt that it was a real piece of political, well, electioneering. You know, look how wonderful we've been. We can now take the limits away so that grieving people can have everyone around them. No, they can't. And they still can't shake hands or hug or, you know, it was a bit of false advertising, if you ask me. Blinking politicians. So anyway, I'll stop ranting. So it's just been really difficult for each venue as well, because they've got to work out what's safe for them. And some of the reports, you know, some of the numbers coming out are very varied, and this may mean that people will choose not to go to where every family member has had their funeral, but somewhere different because it's bigger. We shall see. We shall see. But yes, fun in Corona times. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're keeping safe. I know that compared to some parts of the world, me faffing about the numbers allowed at funerals is very much a first world problem, when you still have places where people are just in the most awful situations. So heart goes out to anyone who's got relatives in a very dangerous area or just worried, because there is still a lot to worry about. And until the whole world is safe, none of us are safe. And then my phone rang. So have a good week, everyone. I'll catch up with you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.